everyone. This is the second part of the cardstock mini album, and as you can see, I already put the paper in each page. This one is going to look the Christmas one because of the base color, which is white, and also the paper pad that I use. Well, as you can see, I cover this part up here the way I want it. And because we glue this part up here, you have to be careful when you put the paper at least 1 inch inside. So you just measure 1 inch from here to here, and then just put the paper on top. Let's pretend this is a paper. This is the paper. You just put where you're going to glue in this side, and then you just put the paper, and then you mark with a pencil right here. For example, that's where you're going to see. So when you get your paper, let's pretend you have 2 marks here. You are going to make an indent right here and cut this part so your paper fit inside. Okay, so that's how I cover that part for all of the pages. So these are the papers that I chose, and as you can see right here, I just I cut a piece of cardstock, and it was 3.5. Yeah, the piece of cardstock was a square, 3.5 by 3.5, and then I covered with paper, and I just folded 1 corner down, and it was like about 1.25 inches. You just measure and make a mark. So you start right here, from here to here, 1.25 inches. So when you fold, the corner is straight. Okay, so then I have room up here for photo mats. Then in the next page, this is how I put all the papers. And then this is where you have the extra space for photos. So I'm going to put a clip again, so in that side. Then right here, this is the paper that I used to decorate these 2 pages, and I'm going to put the mats here. I just put paper on this side, but I need to see how big I want the photo mat here, so I can put the paper on top to cover the photo mat. Okay, and then the flaps will go here. Then right here, as you can see, there is a corner. This one is just paper, it's not cardstock. And this paper I glue with hot glue right here on the edges, and the measurement is 3. So what I did is I just cut a square 3 by 3 and then cut it in half. And I'm going to put a flower on top, but I'm going to glue just inside so my photo mat can go inside right here, and the flower will cover all these parts. Okay, and right here, this is how I cover, and I have the pockets right here. As you can see, I just combine the papers. It has some same accents, and there are 4 pockets in there. So I fold this one down, inside, and then the last one is this one that has the pocket here and pocket here. For the cover, you will need chipboard, and from the 12 by 12 sheet of chipboard, I just cut 6 by 6 and 6 for the height, and the length was 8.5. So what I did is I just cut at 8.5, and then I cut at 6. So these are for the 2 sides, and this is for the spine that I cut from the other side. And this one is going to be 6, but then right here is going to be 2. Okay, 2 is the white. So we need this one, 6, 6 by 8.5 and 6 by 2. Then I'm going to cover those two with white cardstock. Okay, do you remember how I put I covered the cards and envelopes mini album? Same. I'm going to put up here. I'm going to put my chipboard. Remember that tricky part that you can put tape here, and then you put your chipboard pieces. Then after you cover, then you can decorate the actual cover with a base color with the paper you want. And I chose this one for the outside, and this was a 12 by 12. I just cut at 6. And for this part up here, I mean the length was 12, but instead of cutting at 6, I cut at 5 3/4. So I have 1/8 on each side. Remember that this is 6, the chipboard, so it's 1/4 less. Okay. Then same for this color that will go inside. Okay. This was one 12 by 12 sheet of pattern paper. Okay, I'm going to do the cover and I'll show you how it looks like. The binding, the cover of this album, it's going to be same as the cards and envelopes, but with the difference that I'm using cardstock and then paper. The other one was just paper. So what are we going to do is we are going to leave a little more space than when we make the cards and envelopes mini album. I'm going to leave 1/4 of an inch, and I put the ruler. And I just measure 1/4 of an inch, and I put the next one, and then 1/4 of an inch, and then the next one. So after that, you're going to cut right here in between the gap. You're going to cut straight, and when you put the flap up, you are going to put it inside. Okay, so you are going to get a ruler or something and just push it down, so the paper has a space. It's going to be cut but inside, so when we put the paper, it's going to hold everything. Okay, so we just do that, and I'm going to put this part up here now. Okay, now it has tape, and this is what are we going to do. You just fold it up. And this part up here, see this edge right here, this one right here, you're going to get something to fold, push it down. See? Like this. Now we're going to do the other side. And now again this part. Okay. See? Now for this part up here, we push this corner down. Cardstock is a little bit thick, so that's why you had to help with something like ruler or something to push that corner inside. So we are going to do this and cover. This is the last part that you fold up, okay? And now we are going to put the paper, and this one has a lot of room to fold this one up. So our cover is ready, and remember right here it has the seam, but when you cover with paper we have a seam too, but then you have to put something, maybe another piece of paper on top that it's just this part up here, or something that disguise that part, or maybe a ribbon or something, or maybe another decorative paper up here on top. So it's up to you. That's a decoration. Okay, so this is going to be my cover, and I'm going to cover with paper now. Now I bind it on one side, and as you can see right here in this line, what I do is I just put the paper first, and I measure all these sides that are equal, and then when I stop up here, I hold the paper and I put my ruler and I put it down, and then I push the paper. So you have this seam that is going to help for your your cover to move. Okay, and at the back you don't have to worry because the paper is going to be straight always. Okay, so let's do this side. I have the other paper ready, and I just measure where I want my paper. See, and when I on this side right here, I hold it, and then I get a ruler or something that I can push through. And then I push down. Now, as you can see, this part is ready, and you have this part right here that can be foldable with no problem. It's not going to rip your paper. This one either, because it has room and space right here. When you push the paper, you give them more space for the flaps, of the cover to move. Now, before we cover the outside, this is the time where you can add ribbon if you're going to put ribbon to close your album. Okay, so I'm going to do the ribbon, but also I want to show you that I'm going to use hot glue right here to glue this part up here in the middle, because last time I was using my tape, it seemed that it was dry, because I don't do a lot of scrapbooking, and I had like a couple tapes that I bought 1 year ago, and then it wasn't good. So now I prefer to use the hot glue. It will cover better, so I can move these pages with no problem. Okay, and let's see how I do that. I'm going to measure first where I'm going to sit the album, and then I'm going to use the hot glue. Okay, this is how you're going to do. You are going, because you already drew a line up here, this is your guiding, you are going to put glue here, but look, your spine moves. Okay, so you can put like this all of your pages straight. Can you see? So it's easier, and you begin right here, because the hot glue is going to dry very fast. So we are going to just put like 2 lines of hot glue, so it cannot dry when we are working. And we are going to sit the album first. Where you want. I think that's the part where I want my album. Okay, so I'm going to press so the papers can glue together. And now I can open from this side. Okay, and as you can see, this part is not done, so I can just put some glue from here and keep gluing. Now, as you can see, this one is all glue, and it's very strong. You can just hold it from here if you want, and hot glue it's better, but you have to be quick when you glue that part, okay? So, and this album is not like the other ones that folds open all the way like this page, because this one is not bendable like in my other albums. I had to put this part loose if I want to fold all the way, okay? But because this is glued to the spine, this is what happens, but it's enough to get the stuff in there, okay? But if you force it, then you damage the spine. So this is how it's going to open. You have to be gentle when you use mini albums. Many people says, oh, mine rips and it's not good, and I said it's paper, because these mini albums can be handled, but you have to be careful. No water, no dirt hands, so it's going to damage with anything like paper is damages, okay? So let me tell you what I did. I just glue this ribbon right here, and I use tape right here and just hot glue in this side so it can be strong when you pull this one in both sides. And now I'm going to cover with this paper, okay, with this paper all around, and the seam will be here. I'll be right back. And for this part up here, what I do is I put the back side, and I put the paper almost to the end of that side, and this paper is going to stop in the middle, okay? So I can put something in the middle. This one is going to overlap right here. But before I start, I'm going to start in this side, because I want to do this part straight, and because the ribbon is here, I'm going to secure that part with hot glue again, but I need to make sure where I'm going to put the paper. Okay, so I can start like one side, on one side, okay, that matches perfectly. So I'm going to put right here a little more of hot glue so my ribbon is secure with this paper too, and I just press that one first because that dries very fast, so my ribbon is going to be very, very safe in there. And then I just start pushing the paper. If you have extra adhesive, just rub and it will go off. And then this part up here, you can just gently turn your paper down, okay, and then match right there. As I said, I'm going to put something here, okay, maybe a trim or something, so you won't see this part. But if you just want to leave it like that, it's fine. You can maybe make false stitches right here or something. That's up to you, okay? Okay, these are my tags, the large tags, and these tags measure, they are 6.5 by 4.5. Okay, so you got that 6.5 by 4.5, and then you can round the corners as I did. And after I finish with this album, I'm going to make a tutorial on how to make this one. One of my subscribers requested, and I find it very, very cute, but I tried buying this punch and there is no longer available. I saw some tutorials, but didn't come out the way that I wanted. So I'm going to tell you how I made it, so maybe you can try, and if you like it, you can use it. So these are my tags. I use 7, but with 6 you are fine, okay, for all the pockets. And these are for the small pockets, and these are 5 by 4, okay. These tags are 5 by 4, and you just punch the corners if you want to leave them straight. And I just have 4 because these are for the pockets that are all together. Okay, I make 4. Okay, you just need 4. Then I have this small one for the end, and this one is 4.5 by 2. Okay, and this one is 3 1/4 by 5 and 3 1/4. Then for the flaps you will need 3 in cardstock, 3, and I'll give you the measurements, 6.5 by 5, 6.5 by 5, and you are going to score at 1/2 inch. Okay, then you fold the 1/2 inch, and then you cover that part with the paper of your choice. Okay, so these are for the flaps. And as you can see right here, I have mine ready. And then those are in cardstock, and then you have to cover with paper. But the last one goes on the back, and this one is just paper, okay. And this one is going to be longer because it had to look like it's another tag, okay, glue on the base, right? And the measurement of this side is going to be 4 3/4 by 6 1/4. 4 3/4 by 6 1/4. Okay, so this is the paper that you're going to put at the end, and you're going to just leave a little bit, like 1/8 of an inch, and then your mats are going to be on top, and it will look like you have another mat, okay, that you have to put, but it's not. Okay, this is all, and I'm going to continue putting this one in the album along with the other 2 pockets that come up here and at the back in the next video, because I don't have much time right now, and there is it's night and the light is not helping, so I'm going to do that in the next time. Okay, just let me show you where to put this one. I'm going to use maybe an eyelet to put a ribbon or something to pull. Okay, and this one will go right here, and I just want to show you how I'm going to put these tags and how they look with the rest. See, so you can combine the colors the way you want. And then I have another one, the extra one that I said goes here, see, and I'm going to put a flower. And I made the flowers with the scratches of paper, with the scraps, and I'm going to show you how I made them or what I used, so that will be in the next video as well, okay, with pockets and embellishments. Then we are going to do this one in the next video. Then I'm going to show you what goes here. Okay, it goes this one, and this one, these 2, and this and this. Yeah, I didn't put this one because it's a lot of designs, something plain and then something with design. And this one can go here because it's kind of plain. See, you just play with your stuff, and this one goes here, and this will be here, and the last one goes right here so it can match the color. So this is how so far it's looking. thank you very much for watching my videos and for liking and making so many comments. I read them all. I would like to answer all of them, but okay, whenever I have time, I will write to you back. Okay, thank you very much. God bless you, everyone. Bye bye.